Hi and welcome. Thanks for joining us as we take this opportunity to take a look at everything Google Suite on your iPad. So let's get started with today's lesson. So let's take a look at how Google Expeditions works using the iPads. Now, obviously, as the iPad is a mobile tool, this works really well from the point of view students being able to look around and use the device, and obviously it's a handheld device, so it makes it really powerful in that sense as well. So I'm going to show you both the teacher view and the student view. So if you've not used Google Expeditions before, we'll show you some of the benefits to using this, and how this operates between the student device and the teacher device. So on the teacher device, when I first go in, obviously I've logged in already onto this, you'll see that I can go through the Discover mode and find all different sorts of tours that I might want to take my students on. I can even search specifically for things that I might want to have a look at. So if I know I'm doing space as a topic, there's lots and lots of things in here that I can search through and find to use with my students. I, however, have already downloaded one I wanted to look at today, and that is this underwater excursion one. Really nice way to take students to a place where ordinarily you're not going to be able to take a class underwater to explore a reef. Well, I suppose certainly not in certain parts of the world. Other areas may be more fortunate. So from the teacher point of view, I'm just going to go ahead and start this. Now, if I hadn't downloaded it, I would have the option here to download it. I have downloaded it, so I'm just going to start this as a guide. But then on the student device, the student will open up their Expeditions app, go to class, and they're going to actually join. So they're going to be guided around this. So if they tap on Explore, when I tap on Guide, it will come up as a place where they will actually be able to be taken on the tour. So as they search through, here we go. It's asking them to join my class. You'll see that the match up between the code. So as the teacher, I've got the code on my device here and the student code matches. So they go ahead and tap join, check that those two match, go ahead and join, and I'm happy to get started. Now from this point here, I'm in control of the student device. I get to choose where we go, when we start, etc. So we're just going to kind of work through what this looks like. So you can see on my screen, I'm ready to start my excursion. On the student screen, it's paused. So I just need to tap play here. And instantly you see that the student screen then comes to life and they have the opportunity to look around. So again, the power of doing this on a mobile device gives them that flexibility to look around. Now, Expeditions is a little bit more than just sort of saying, here's a 3D world and go and explore it. But actually, what we have here is a series of kind of questions, information that you might want to share with your students whilst they're exploring this. You also have the opportunity to guide them in certain areas. So for this experience, I might want them to go to the sun to talk about what the sun gives. And you'll see on the student device, there has an arrow, which then directs them to go to a specific location so that I know that all the students are looking in the same place. And I continue to do that to different areas, and you'll see that that arrow moves in. And on my screen, you can see the little face, and that indicates where the student is looking. So if someone gets lost, you can give them that direction to look in the right place. And as you're ready to move to the next underwater world, I simply slide across, find that next place I want them to look at, and tap play. And you'll see on the student device, it instantly takes them to that place, giving them that opportunity to again look around and explore, or be directed to a specific part that you want them to discuss. And that's it. It's a really nice way to get them to explore. I can leave, I can take them to somewhere else instantly. So let's say I want to take them to explore recycling without them having to leave the app. I've got them straight back into the app, and I'm going to start this new tour of a recycling centre, very different to the underwater world that we were just looking at. So there we go. Expeditions on the iPad from the teacher point of view, being able to control the devices, but also from the students being able to be mobile, to move around and fully immerse themselves in that world. So when we're in that world, the other thing to point out is also the opportunity to be able to draw directly on the screen. So at the top here, you'll notice this little squiggly line. This gives me the opportunity to be able to draw directly on the page. Now again, I'm using an Apple Pencil for this. You can just use your finger, but you can identify specific areas, and you'll see that on the student device, it also shows up to show them exactly what we want them to see. So there we go, using Expeditions on the iPad and the added enhancements of the features of the iPad, such as using the pencil and the mobility of the device.